Hello Aquarius, and welcome to the Green Woman Tarot. This is your reading for the 15th to the 29th of March 2021. And it's a general reading just to see what sort of energies are around you at this time, to see what's on the cards for you. But before we delve into the tarot reading, I need to consult the oracle. And this is the Kindred Fauna oracle which I'm using today, and I'll draw a couple of cards from it just to start your reading off with. So let's see, what words of wisdom does this mysterious oracle have for Aquarius for the 15th to the 29th of March 2021. What messages are here for Aquarius for the 15th to the 29th of March this year? What does Aquarius need to know now? So I'll just fan the deck out and choose a couple of cards. Right, and let's see what you get. You have grounding and you have the journey. So it seems that there's going to be a transition of sorts for you, and it's well that you ground yourself before embarking on this. You need to stabilize as much as you can yourself, because there's going to be some sort of transition, some change that you're going to need to endure or journey through. It may not be difficult, it may be quite flowing and natural, but it may be a bit of a challenge, and it's going to bring about some sort of change from within. And in order to make the most of that transition, a sense of grounding is important. I'll read to you the little captions that go with this, because this oracle deck has lovely little notes with each card. So grounding. Yeah, time, look for something that makes you feel safe and centered. I go down to the earth, the cool, dark ground, and she welcomes me with the steady drumbeat of her heart. I give her my worries. She transforms them into flowers. So it's beautiful poetry, lovely. And then with the journey, there's this quest, movement, things are changing. Your soul journey will take you through many realms. Be brave enough to take that first step and have faith in all the others. You are heading in the right direction. So there you have the journey and grounding. And let's see where the rest of the reading takes us. So let's see what is on the cards for Aquarius for the 15th to the 29th of March 2021. What messages are here for Aquarius for the next 2 weeks in March this year? What does Aquarius need to know now? And this is the lovely Llewellyn deck, which I'll be using today. And I'll be putting out my usual 8 card spread with the first 2 cards depicting you, Aquarius, where you are now in your current situation. And then the next 2 cards highlight the challenges that you face at this time and possibly what's brought you to where you are. And then the next 2 cards are for some guidance from Spirit as you move towards the final 2 cards, which reveal your possible outcome. So here you are, the 3 of Swords and the Hanged Man. And your challenges are the 10 of Pentacles and the 6 of Swords. That fits beautifully with the Journey card already. And then your guidance cards are the Ace of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles, with the 7 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles as your outcome cards. And at the bottom of the deck you've got Judgment, which shows that you need to use your discernment, your wisdom from experience in order to make a careful decision, because what decision you make now will stay with you for some time. Sort of also shows fairness and balance are important at this time as well. But, you know, it's sort of, it's a calling in many ways, and that's perhaps is a calling to go on this journey. An awakening of your soul, perhaps. So that's really lovely. So this is really fits in with the 6 of Swords, this transition, and with the Journey card here, a calling to waken you up, and remember to try and keep your decisions at this time balanced and fair, because what you do in, you know, the decisions you make now will stay with you, but there's an awakening, a calling. That's lovely. So where you are now, the 3 of Swords suggests, for many people see this simply as heartache, but it's more about, maybe for some of you, maybe involve a sense of betrayal and heartache, but it's almost like the expansion of your mind through difficult times, through disappointment or a loss. It pushes you towards reasoning, growth in the mind, expansion. So although some of you may be suffering a loss, and that sort of links in with the Hanged Man you have here, which is about stasis, feeling static, not moving forward, because you're waiting for something. You're waiting for a sign, you're waiting for a moment, an opportunity. But at the same time, this Hanged Man suggests not moving forward in order to gain a new perspective on things, to process this disappointment, this loss, this anxiety, to process this and gain enlightenment from that. The Hanged Man can bring enlightenment. So you're at a point now where you're dealing with something, some sense of disappointment or loss, or something that's discouraged you and made you feel unable to move forward. And your challenges now is to find that sense of security and stability and abundance. I get a sense that, you know, the loss or the disappointment and that sense of not moving forward is linked with a lack of feeling materially secure, a worry about not having enough to support and nurture those that are dependent on you. And your challenge is to find a way to reinstate any stability and solidity that you feel you've lost through a difficult period. And you've got the Six of Swords as well, indicating that this transition, this calling is going to be a challenge. You're needing to move away from troubled times towards sanctuary, towards something better. This makes me think of the journey, you know, Avalon, but it's about moving from turbulent times, unsettled times, towards peaceful times, towards a better destination, a better place. And for some of you, you know, it may even indicate an actual move, but there's your challenge to re-stabilize, to find that sense of stability, security, and once again be able to provide for those that you feel depend upon you. And this is going to involve a challenging transition, and it's to feel that you're getting somewhere, to feel that you're moving towards something better, to feel that you're leaving this period of uncertainty and instability behind you. And as your guidance card, you've got the Ace of Swords suggesting a solution will be found, victory. You'll manage this. Ace of Swords is a victory card. It's about cutting through whatever is holding you back. A solution, yeah, I just keep giving you a sense of cutting through ties, cutting through things that are binding you to this difficulty, to this disappointment, and I get a sense that, you know, whatever's held you in stasis, you felt bound by it. And the Ace of Swords suggests some solution, a moment of epiphany even, breaks free, helps you break free of whatever is binding you, and then you're able to embrace this transition, this journey, to hear this calling, to, you know, this sleepiness, this inertia is dispelled by a moment of epiphany or a solution. Perhaps even, for some of you, it may even be a communicated a letter or a word from someone else. And you've also got the Nine of Pentacles suggesting that you're moving towards independence. You need to apply your self-discipline here and really focus on moving forward, doing all the practical, mundane things you need to do, planning, and then executing those plans. So taking that solution and putting it into practice, and that involves self-discipline and a lot of willpower, and just breaking out of that inertia and doing the practical things, getting up, putting yourself together, you know, putting your face on, and really practically doing the things you need to do. And from that, this growth appears, this sense of achievement, the sense of getting somewhere. And this, you know, really fits in well with this grounding, down to earth, practical. So, you know, taking things from thought form and putting them into practice in a practical way. And if you're able to do that, you find yourself in a much better position. The Seven of Wands is about being on higher ground, by being in a good position to defend yourself, to meet the challenges that come your way, to hold back any difficulties. So it shows you moving to a position where you're able to get a sense of achieving, of climbing that mountain, of getting to where you want to be. Even though you may face challenges, difficulties, competition, you'll feel that you're able to meet them with strength and persistence, tenacity. And it shows you then rebuilding things for yourself, rebuilding that security, that stability. The Eight of Pentacles, again, is also a very grounding card. It's about mastering your skills, and perhaps for some of you it may well mean learning new skills, but it's, I get a sense of you having that feeling that you're now building things up again at last, that you've moved on from the sense of inertia and inability to progress, to really building something up and having a sense of gain, and once again finding that stability, that security, and meeting that challenge, that ability to provide security and a safe haven for yourself and those that depend on you, those that you care for. So to sum up then, it's sort of like a loss, or a sense of anxiety or upset, that sort of emotional and mental challenge, loss and despair, and that has you feeling unable to move forward with things, and really worrying about your stability and your security, and needing to make a transition. And then with a moment of epiphany and a sense of grounding and embracing this transition, this change, in a practical way, you feel that you're finally able to get a sense of being on solid ground again, and being able to move forward with changing your situation in a positive way, having the strength and sure-footedness to overcome any obstacles and oppositions in your way, and getting a sense of rebuilding that security, that stability. And it comes from answering a call, from a reawakening that involves transitioning from feeling victimized and held back towards building something up again securely and steadily. So there you have it, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed your reading and that it resonates with you. And if so, please remember to hit the like, share and subscribe buttons. And then have yourself a good 2 weeks. And God bless you till we meet again.